Welcome to the morning formation. Warriors fall in. It's time for formation. Welcome back to the Morning Formation podcast, where we talk about adaptability, survivability, leadership, and the human stories behind the mission. Today's episode is a little different, but it's just as important. My guest is not a veteran or a first responder, but he is someone who has been in my personal and professional orbit for over 10 years now. He's a photographer, filmmaker, and the founder of Filmsmore Productions. This man has helped tell other people's stories just like I have for many years. And today we're going to pull back the curtain and we're going to talk about the man behind the camera, his upbringing, his recent health scare that he had that forced him into a slowdown. We're going to reflect, recalibrate, and talk about what's next for him personally and professionally. And today I'm absolutely honored to have him on the podcast because he is a friend of mine that I've watched grow over the last 10 years. And just so we know that the podcast that I have is not about the uniforms, it's about the people who show up, adapt, and keep pushing forward when life hits them in the mouth. Jeremy, welcome to the formation.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Keo. I appreciate it.
Listen, man, it's an absolute honor. I've been trying to get you on the show for a while now, man. And I know that you've been traveling and you've been busy and you've been building your brand and everything. And for people out there, they only know you as the guy behind the camera.
Yeah.
But who is Jeremy without the lens?
Jeremy is a art head ever since I was, ever since second grade, bro. I've been into art, and then it eventually, turned into graffiti. But I've always just been fascinated with art, bro. Like growing up, it was like if you could draw good, you were like the coolest person in the world to me. And yeah, bro, the art has taken me all around the world, it's crazy that it started from a very young age and I'm filming artists. Yeah.
So was there anybody that inspired you early on? Is there anyone else in your family that is into art as well?
Nah, to be honest, it's in my DNA. It really is in my DNA. Like I was just always fascinated. Um, yeah, bro, nobody put me on, but about when I was 18 years old, bro, I met my biological father and he's an artist. So I was like, oh shit, like maybe that has something to do with it. Cause it was like, nobody ever told me like, yo, bro, we should draw this and that. So, yeah, I always just say it's in my blood.
Nice. And I kind of know, or kind of have an idea where you grew up and how you grew up, but would you mind talking a little bit about your environment and what shaped you early on?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Monterey Park. In Repetto and Marqueppel. And yeah, bro, it's just I've always been into art and I guess like how the universe works is like just people gravitated towards me. I gravitated towards them and I was just always surrounded by artists. It turned into graffiti, like going into high school. But yeah, bro, it's been my whole life, And Monterey Park's it's a small town and like 15, 20 minutes from LA. A lot of Asians, like it's chill. It's a trip, like back then when I was in high school, there was more non-Asians, I feel. Like you would see like skaters and shit roaming the streets here and there. Now it's just straight up Asians, like, which is cool, bro. It's like, it's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it's very multicultural, man. When I moved to LA, I didn't realize how diverse it would be. Like I didn't realize like you come from the East Coast and Midwest, whatever, it's usually just black and white and a little sprinkle of like Latino here and there or whatever. But man, like it's quite the opposite here where it's all Latino and it's all like Spanish people everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So it's totally different. When you were young, what did you think your life was going to be like? Um, what did you think your life was going to look like when you got older? What did you think was over the horizon for yourself, or did you really think much about that?
To be honest, bro, I didn't. And my friend Leland, he was actually I remember, bro, he asked me this question. He's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And like I think this might have been after high school, but I had never really thought about it. And I was like, damn, bro, I don't know. Like, I've never thought of my future, you know? Like, I remember just like at one point, well, no, it was like I had a few jobs here and there, you know? I was like very lost, bro. And like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had one in school for CNC machining because my mom's husband, Bobby, rest in peace, that fool was a machinist. So he would like, since I was so lost, he was like, bro, you should go to the school, NTMA. And me, I was just like, yeah, 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 sure, bro. So I went to NTMA, me and my homie Pablo, and I went there for a year and, you know, got certified in machining. I was probably like 20 years old and worked, you know, a few machine shops and hated it. I was like, dude, this is like hell no. Like I was seeing dudes like who have been machining for like ages, bro, like 20 years, and like you just be standing there at this machine, bro. Like I'm like, hell no, bro. Like I can't, like, nah, I refuse to do this shit. And some of the bosses were douchebags where I was like, man, I gotta get out of this rat race. I gotta figure something out. And
Yeah. So that was kind of eye-opening for you. I had a very similar case where I worked with my father at it wasn't even it was like a subcontractor for a Honda plant. And the only thing they did was headlights and taillights. And that was
yeah,
it. And it, to me, like I thought, I mean, I mean, I guess offense because not no offense, offense. Like I thought to myself, like, this is it?
yeah,
Like, am I like did God put me on this planet to make headlights and taillights
for sure,
and it was real detailed, man. And I just thought to myself, like, am I gonna be like 40, 50 years old standing around um just putting headlamps in and like that's it? Because I felt like, man, I've been through so much in my whole life. Like I feel like I could do more than this. And it kind of inspired me to go to college, go into the military and push forward into I guess, a higher level of career. And I was blessed and fortunate enough to have those options to do that. Who do you think was your number one biggest influence growing up?
uh
Or did you have several
I mean, like what, with the arts and stuff like that, or just in life?
in life and then also with the arts? Yeah, who inspired you?
I mean, bro, Tim Burton is like, I've always loved Tim Burton. Like that dude's like, his movies and like they're just so artistic, but then he even gets down with like claymations and stuff like that and drawing. So to me, bro, it was like, that's why I named myself Jeremy Filmsmore, because I was like, bro, I want to be like Tim Burton, you know? It's like Steven Spielberg and those dudes. But to me, Tim Burton's like, he's a dude. And
Yeah.
I've always looked up to him even till this day. And but for the arts, like, or for like for my career path, bro, like nobody in my family or friend group like did what I did. So it was like I really just, I don't know, bro. Like I kind of took it like, I inspired myself to go down this journey because there was really nobody that I could look at in my surroundings were like, yo, like they did this filming, like they took it this far. It was just like, I don't know, I guess I dreamed big and just got addicted to filming, and I really I didn't know I was gonna take it this far and traveling and all that stuff. It just like, bro, if you were to tell me in high school, like, bro, you're gonna be a filmer, I'd be like, no way, bro. Like, I've only watched skate videos. Like, I never thought of making like films and stuff like that.
That's pretty wild. You know, a lot of times what happens is I always use the comparison of kicking the can. Imagine yourself like on this long country road and you're just kicking this tin can down the road, looking down at it, focused on just kicking that can. The next thing you do is you look up and you realize how far you are.
That's deep.
And that, you know what I mean? Like that's, and for me, like that's how it's kind of been is uh, when people ask me about my time in combat and things like that and my time in the military, that's what I say is like, it was almost like a sleepwalk. Like I was so mission focused that I didn't realize how far I'd come. Like next thing you know, like I'm a captain in the army and I have the opportunity to do all these cool things and that's kind of what it sounds like with you, man. Like you just focused heavy on your mission
Yeah.
and you were just like kicking that can, focused on that can, right? Next thing you know, you look up and you're in Abu Dhabi, like doing a shoot, right?
For sure.
Tell me about some of the cool places you've been, man. Some of the cool, I guess, projects you've been on.
Man, I guess like Amsterdam was one of the most recent places I went to that was like, whoa, this place is like crazy. Like it was just like I felt like I was like, damn, this is just like fairy tale over there, bro. Like the architecture and just like the color of the buildings, it's wild. People riding in the canals and stuff. Like shout out to the homie AD, Adrian, that fool took me out there for a job. Or no, he took me out there, bro, for my birthday, actually. Because we were over there in Europe on a job. We did this like tattoo Europe tour and like uh he was going to Amsterdam and he invited me like just he's like, "Bro, you want to come? Like I'll take you for your birthday." So I was like, "What?" Like I never been to like Amsterdam, bro. Like in Europe, I'd only been to Italy, which that place is amazing too. Like I went to Rome and I was like, "Damn, I feel like I'm in ancient times over here." Like the buildings were like just the architecture is crazy, bro. You feel like you're like literally in the Gladiator. Like, bro, I went to the Colosseum. I went to the Vatican, which is a crazy place, bro. Like, and I've heard of like the Vatican, but bro, I never knew I was gonna go there.
Wow.
And it's like traveling really teaches me like about life, bro. Cause yeah, I'm like going to the Vatican. It blew my mind because I remember hearing about it like 5 years ago from my uncle. He was like telling me, and I'm like lost. I'm like in Monterey Park, like, what are you talking about, bro? The Vatican? Like, all right. And then once I go, I'm like, oh damn, like I start researching and then I'm like, oh, this place is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild. You know, when I used to travel a lot, I'd be standing in like I'd be standing in the middle of the Charles de Gaulle airport in Paris and in the terminal area, and I'd be standing there and all these people would be surrounding me, and I would think to myself, I am so insignificant. Like I am just a speck on this earth. Like, and you don't realize how big the earth is when you don't really travel that much. But when you go to so many other places, man, and you see all the people and you realize like this is a this is a big place. Like this is and it but your world could seem so small if you don't ever leave your community. Um how many countries you been to?
Who probably not that much, bro. I was traveling a lot in the States, but I guess uh I've went international probably like 6 times roughly.
Right.
Like I went to Dubai, Australia, um, or actually maybe less, Italy, Amsterdam, Germany, and I think that's it.
Where's your favorite?
I mean, it's between Italy and Amsterdam. Like,
Why?
oh, I actually went to Australia too. Shout out to the homie Jolt. But yeah, I guess Italy was just cause like, bro, I never been somewhere where I was like, damn, bro, like this is to me, like I like seeing things that are out of this world. So when you go to Rome, you're like, damn, bro, like this is history, bro. Like being in the Colosseum was insane. Like I was just like, whoa, bro, like how many people died here? Like there's just so much history that I really didn't know too much, but we got a tour and the dude was just telling us like how crazy and violent and just like I'm like, bro, like my imagination just went wild and I was like, bro, this is like those are some crazy times and people experience that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really part of our DNA, man. I guess just all the trials, tribulations, the violence and all that stuff that it took to conquer lands and things like that. And to be in the middle of that is really very, very surreal. Do you have any wild stories that you care to share about some of your overseas ventures that you had? Any that like stick out in your mind?
Yeah, I got one really crazy story. I was out in Rio de Janeiro, and the homies well, the homegirl Henry and VG, they had took me on this hike, which was like it was in the back of the favelas. Like you hiked up this fucking mountain, and I got a really sick drone shot of like of the favelas from that hike. But you're going up, right? And it's like it's steep, bro. Like these homies I were with, they climb buildings like crazy shit, bro. So to them, they're like doing it in like chanclas, bro. They're like, me, I'm like scared, bro. I'm like going up, like, yo, this shit's getting steep, bro. Like, how are we gonna get back down? And like we get to the top and it's like the sun's setting. And I'm like, yo, like I can't go back down that way. Like there's no way I'm going that way. So we're at the top of the favelas, bro. And they're renting an Airbnb or something at the bottom of the favelas. They have one friend who's a tagger who lived in the favelas. So like I guess that was like one name they could say if anything, but their thing was like, oh, they're tattooers and we're staying in the favelas. That was their story. But
Hmm.
so, bro, we get to the top and it's like fucking the most sickest view I've ever seen, bro. It's like you're just looking over Rio, bro. You see like ocean, the moon, like the mountains are like looks like a movie shit, bro, like cartoons, you know, it's like real steep. But I'm up there, I'm like, damn, this shit's dope. And then they're like, all right, yo, we're gonna go through the favelas to get down. They're like, don't film. Like, do not film at all. They they will kill you here. Like you'll disappear straight up. So I'm like, all right, all right. And like I just watched City of Gods too. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Bro, it's a sick movie. It's filmed in Brazil. It talks about favelas. So I'm over here like, bro, I just watched City of Gods the other day. I'm about to go through a favela. I'm like, all hyped. Bro, we fucking start going because we got to go down. It's these two dudes. They're like mid-20s, bro. They see us, bro. They start speaking Portuguese. They literally whip their guns out and cock that shit. And they're like talking to the homies, but I could hear the tone he's talking in. I'm like, this shit ain't cool that we're right here. I'm like, nah, this like fuck. This is crazy. And they're literally like, at one point, this fool's like, gringo. And he points at me, and I'm like, oh, they're talking about me, bro. So literally, I was like, I wave. I'm like, dude, do like the whitest shit you can do is just
Wait.
like wave, bro. Like just be friendly. And
You just start speaking Spanish?
no, they only speak Portuguese.
Oh man.
So they're like, yeah, they're saying their shit, bro. And one dude's pissed. That fool cocked his gun, was like heated, bro. And then the other homie was like a little more lenient. So like he was mad too, but he let us go. He's like, just get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
When you said favelas, like what exactly is that?
bro, the favelas is like the projects in Rio.
So it's ghetto.
Bro, it's like, yeah, like just picture a mountain of houses, like really like, bro, the poorest. I think a lot of those people make those houses, if I'm correct, bro. Like just the poorest of the poor, but they have the most amazing views. Like it's weird, bro. Like because their view is like a fucking multi-million-dollar fucking ocean view, but they're just living in like the slums, bro. And the cops aren't allowed in there.
Wow.
Like yeah, they literally they cannot go in there. It's strictly like I hear they feed your ass to the pigs and shit like that. But
So what happened?
so bro, yeah, I thought I was gonna die.
Mm.
And fucking luckily those dudes let us through. And then yeah, we just walked through the whole favelas, bro, and I'm like right there and like,
They didn't shake you down?
nah, but if they would have found my drone because I had it in my fanny pack. And bro, I don't know how that would have turned out because I don't know, like they're just some real gangsters, bro. Like, and so we start walking down, and then it's like a movie, bro. Like, there's just like young kids, like with machine guns. Like the cops are the local gangsters. So they're just like right there, machine guns, like every so often you'll just see them right there, like guns out, just patrolling, bro. Like shirts off and shit and their chanclas, like and after we went through the first group of guys, like I felt more safe. They're just like, don't film. Like as long as you don't do that, you're cool, bro. So we just walked through and we drank a beer in there. And it was crazy, bro. Motherfuckers were looking like, yo, I know this dude's not from here. Like I was getting weird looks.
But did you have any protection?
Nah, bro. Jesus Christ was
I
my
mean, that was it.
protection, bro.
I mean, what did you have anybody with you that like spoke the language or was familiar with the area? You said.
Oh yeah, so the homies, it was Henry and VG.
Mm.
They're like they're Brazilian artists. They do this shit called a pichel san where they climb buildings and do it's like their type of graffiti.
So they're familiar with. They've been there before.
Yeah, but they don't live in the favelas, but they like got the pass, like they speak the language, but it still was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing
They were
here?
looking at you like, who's this guy?
Yeah, like you guys might be cool, let me ask, but like this fucking white dude who we know is not from here, what is he doing here?
Mm.
And like
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't like try to pass off as being like Mexican, like, cause you know Spanish, right? You don't know Spanish?
I can understand a little, bro.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that would have. I mean, listen, it's bad in a lot of countries to be American. So you want to be like something else? Like you couldn't even disguise yourself as being Mexican,
Nah, bro. A lot of people out there thought I was Brazilian. They would tell me they're like, "Oh, this guy's Brazilian." I'm like, "Nah."
right?
But obviously I just spoke
As
English
soon
and
as you open your mouth, they
they're
know.
like this fucking
As
American,
soon as they,
bro.
yeah, yeah, they know.
And bro, people like yeah, they don't like that. You go to these places like you don't speak their language. I've experienced like some racism. I experienced in Amsterdam some racism, bro. Like and I spoke English that they spoke English as well and they were racist towards me, bro. Like
Mm,
it was like so when you go deeper where you don't speak the same language, like you could tell the vibes like some people were just like, what is this outsider doing here, bro?
yeah. Wow. That sounds like a really close call because the reality is if they had just decided to take you out, there's nothing that anyone could have done.
Nah, if the homies would have survived, they would have just told them like
There is no search party.
rest in peace, Jeremy. They're not allowed in there. The cops recently raided some favelas in Rio. Like, bro, it was like some crazy shit. Like I seen it on like Instagram, but they had a full out like war, like a little mini war within. They raided the favelas, bro, and a lot of people died and got arrested, and it's some real shit over there, bro.
Yeah, they just had the Olympics in Rio.
No way.
I mean, yeah, just a few years ago, they were really trying to clean up their act, trying to, you know, get the crime out of the way of wherever the Olympics were going to be and everything. All cities do that to some extent, but a lot of people don't talk about like the places that you've been to. Um, how do you avoid those kind of places now?
Bro, I would never recommend anybody it's like just stay in your place, bro.
Yeah,
Like don't ever even that shit taught me as much as it sounds cool to, see these places, like nah.
yeah.
Like hell no,
Stay on
bro.
stay on the path.
Yeah, bro, cuz even in LA, bro, I wouldn't go
Wow.
to these
Yeah.
projects
No.
or like bro, you don't step foot in there.
Right.
So let alone why are you going in these projects in this country, bro, where they're like some real gangsters. Like this ain't no like, yo, look at me, I'm cool. Like, nah, like machine guns, like ready to kill people, bro.
Yeah. That's wild, man. When you transitioned out of high school and I guess into adulthood, at any point did you ever consider like pivoting into the military or doing something crazy or just like off the wall like that?
So actually I did, bro. This like one of my best friends, Pablo, he has a cousin, Paco, who was in the army, I believe. And was a real cool dude, like successful. So he was like he was just like that bigger cousin were like, yo, look at Paco, bro. Like he went to the army, bro. So it was like at one point we are just so lost in life that literally me and the homie Pablo went to West Covina Mall and like you could sign up for the army there.
Hmm.
And like we're like, all right, yo, I guess his cousin was telling him about this buddy plan or something where you could go with somebody.
Right.
And it was like on some, yo, hold my hand, let's go to the fucking
Yeah.
army. So it was like, bro, we go, and it was like, all right, let's sign up. So we walk in there, like, yo, we're trying to sign up, bro. And then the only thing that stopped them from officially doing it was I had a weed ticket. And they're like, all right, bro. They're like, you know what? We can't sign you up. You have to fix this weed ticket and then come back, bro.
What's a weed ticket?
Like I'd got caught with weed, so like they like just just a little bit of weed, but they gave
Yeah.
me a ticket.
Oh.
So they're like, you have to clear that up, and then we could sign you up. So it was like, yeah, bro, like
So
that.
you had to go through extra steps, and you probably just didn't follow up after that, right?
Yeah, I was like, yo, you're gonna take me now, because if I gotta go think about this some more, bro, I'm probably not gonna do it. So it was like that thing. It was really like, bro, I could have went on a whole different journey because it was set in my head. I was like, I'm going, bro.
Right.
And
Wow.
and then that, yeah, I don't know, but I have some homies in the military too. Shout out to the homie Edwin. Shout out to Chris, Kevin. Those fools are like in the military.
You spent so many years highlighting other people.
Yeah.
What do you think you've learned about human nature from behind the camera?
Filming taught me everything, bro. It taught me like a lot about more of life, bro. Just like traveling the world really opened my eyes and just like bro, like learning about different religions, learning like different cultures. Like, bro, I was born and raised in Monterey Park. Like, in LA, there is like different cultures out here, but like not like New York, bro. You go blocks and you'll be in like these Jewish areas, you like Asians, like you hear people talking languages, you're like, bro, what language is that, So it's like, it really just opened my mind, like, damn, bro, like even New York, it's only 5 hours away, but it's a whole different lifestyle over there. So then when you go internationally, you're like, oh, damn, bro, like these people are like, everything's different, bro. Even like the rules we're talking about are different. You got to watch out. Like, um, you got to watch out what you do in these places, bro. Like, even going to Dubai, it was like, I learned so much out there. I was like, damn, those people be like watching you, bro.
Yeah, I heard Dubai is a place that's people people tend to not understand the local laws and policies,
Yeah.
and you have to be real careful because it is still an Arab nation. They still have those laws in place,
Yeah.
but it's also a place where you could kind of get into the lifestyle of having too much fun. And did you experience anything like that there? Were you warned before you went there?
I was like kind of warned, but me, I was like, bro, this is how like unaware I was. Like the homies were making fun of me because I was like, I didn't know what a Muslim was. Cause I was like, why would I? Like, I'm like in Monterey Park, bro. There's
Right.
like, no, there was a handful of Middle Easterns I want to repedo with, and like some Armenian homies. Like one of my closest friends is Armenian. So like besides that, I didn't know, bro. So I went there and like I remember I was in the market, bro, and I turned the aisle and it's this girl like all covered up, like bro, you only see her eyes. She's just wearing, and I was like, oh, like what? It kind of shook me up a little, and I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this is wild. And then I'm like meeting people, and then I'm like just shaking their hand to be like, like nice, and they're like, no, 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 like you don't shake their hand. I'm like, oh, like I don't know, like my bad. Like so like there I was learning as I'm going, bro, and like that's when I realized like, damn, I don't know anything, like but I'm open-minded, bro. Like people tell me like, yo, you don't know this? I'm like, nah, put me on game, bro. Teach me. So like I learned a lot over there. And dude, I even ran into some problems out there because I was filming this artist paint how do you say it? The Sheik or Sheik?
A sheik.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got a job filming this guy Case McClaim, he did a mural of him out of this place called Hatta, which was like an hour away from Dubai, like middle of nowhere, bro. Like I was there for like 10 days. I felt like I was in trouble. Like I was like, dude, like it reminded me of Bakersfield. I'm like, bro, I just was on a 16-hour flight to go to like Bakersfield, like, but Middle Eastern status, like I seen the same people do the same, like it blew my mind, bro. I felt kind of sad for them. I'm like, dang, bro, this is their life right here. But I drone shotted this guy doing a donuts in front of the mural, and like we posted on Instagram, and then the next day he's like, bro, erase that. Like I got arrested. They impounded my car because they're watching you on social media. So I was like, yo, like what? He's like, yeah, bro.
Was he from there?
Yeah, he was from there.
And he didn't know any better.
I mean, he kind of thought it was all cool, but
Oh
the
man.
drone shot was cool, bro. But it was like, bro, he was doing donuts and it was like slow motion dirt. The mural, like, I mean, I guess he was getting kind of dirt, little dust particles on the mural, but it makes sense why they would trip.
What are some things that people don't understand about when it comes to actually hiring and accepting a job as a photographer sometimes? Like, I know for me as a podcaster, the one thing that I've learned the most is that my time, like, and having, depending on other people to show up and things like that. And I've literally have set up shop and like got prepared and then someone cancels on me and things like that. But what,
Yeah.
like, how do you get through those frustrations, man?
It's just part of the game, bro. Like you're gonna always run through that. There's people who've been in their career fields for like 10 plus years and still will run into things like that. Like
Yeah.
I hang out with a lot of tattooers and film them, and they'll even get cancellations, bro. And it's just, I guess those experiences should just teach you that you get that half deposit. Like, I mean, when money's involved, it's like, yo, like, it just means you just need to be, like, you need to go through those experiences, bro, because it just teaches you how to be a better businessman. And it's like, if you're really about it, all right, send me a half deposit, bro.
Yeah.
And if you got to second guess it and think, then you're probably not about it. And it's cool. Like, I don't really want to work with people like that. It's like, doing business here is like, I'm still learning, bro. But it was crazy because I actually had to get out of LA for people to take me more seriously.
Mm.
Cause like doing business with like close friend, like just family and friends,
Favors, right? Favors.
yeah.
Yeah.
People will never value, people who've known you your whole life will never value you like ever, bro. Like it's like you're lucky to get a couple $100 compared to like these people are like flying me around the world, like paying thousands, like, and it's like they don't know me, bro. But like they were like your biggest fan is like somebody you don't know. And it's like doing business around here taught me that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be honest with you, man, photographers and videographers, it's such a saturated market. Anyone can go to Best Buy and purchase an expensive camera.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I always say is you can't purchase time and motivation and taking yourself seriously, just like what you said. Um, what got you started? What was your break to get you out of LA? And what made you take yourself more seriously? Like at what point did you say, all right, I'm not a hobbyist anymore. This is my job.
Yeah. I guess it was like reaching out to people that I didn't know. Like that was my huge thing was I was like, yo, I got to start doing business with people who don't know me. And I was like, I guess the game changing thing for me, bro, was I reached out to this company, Chop 'em Down Films, and I had, the homie Touche. He had told me because he was homies with them, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like these fools seen your video," and like I was like, "Oh, what?" Like I knew who they were. They were killing it, bro. And I was just always like, "Damn, like this film crew's sick," and but I didn't want to reach out. But then when the homie Touche, like I was in Hawaii, bro. It was my first traveling job ever, bro. And I was out there and then yeah, Touche just sent me that message like, yo, bro, you're like on their radar. And Touche's a sick ass artist. So that fool, like him saying that, like I guess he had spoke to them a little about me too, you know? So I was like, dang, Touche broke that ice with this company. I was like, I'm gonna reach out to them. And like I just reached out. I was like, yo, what's up, bro? You guys accepting applications? Like, check me out. Instagram DM. And I met up, you know, with the owner, Zane Myers, and that food changed my life, bro. He's the one who put me on this traveling, like me traveling, bro, because it was always just in the States. Or no, it was always just LA, bro. LA. That food was on some worldwide shit.
Mhm.
So yeah, linking up with him, bro, like changed everything for me.
You just never know, man, when that opportunity is going to present itself, and it's all about networking and putting your best foot forward and representing yourself and taking yourself seriously, man. And I guess that's why I wanted to talk to you today. I normally talk to military veterans, service members, and people that help with the military community, but every now and then I dabble into leadership, growth, and just for the last 10 years, man, I've watched you grow tremendously. I mean, how many followers do you have now on Instagram?
Dude, I reached 36,000, which is chill, bro. Like a lot of the homies are in like the 100,000, 200,000s. Like they're like, I deal with a lot of really sick people. So 36 is chill. But like to me, I'm like, man, I'm trying to get
But you're just a kid from Monterey Park, man. Like that, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And it's like you but you're big time. You've traveled to 6 different countries at least. You've worked with all these tremendous artists and done these big projects and things like that. What's probably your biggest project you've done so far?
Uh, I don't know. That's a tough one, bro. Like, I guess the biggest one I'm working on right now is a documentary on my homie Adrian. And like, you know, we filmed in I met him in Miami. So we filmed in Miami, New York, NorCal, um, went to Germany, Amsterdam, Mexico. Like we're just gathering this footage of like just him doing his thing, bro. Like I went to his family's house and like showed where he grew up and like, you know, met his parents and all that. And it's the biggest project to date. Like we put out, you know, like little short films here and there, but the whole goal is gathering these moments and eventually making a huge documentary, you know.
Yeah. And is it a documentary on him or is it a documentary about and what like who is Adrian?
So Adrian, he's a tattoo artist. He goes by AD Tattoos, and he's got a shop in Miami, Green
Okay.
Avenue. But it's about him, bro, and his journey. And like it's cool, like just telling his story because he inspires me, bro. Like
Mhm.
he like going to see where he grew up, bro. It's like he showed me all his drawings when he was younger, and like it just showed that like he was a good artist, but like it wasn't like there's these people who were like kids who are just like natural artists, bro. Like they were good since elementary school. The homie Adrian was good, but he wasn't one of those like naturals, but he wanted it so bad that like, bro, he turned into this amazing artist. And I'm like, it's inspiring to me because I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm not a natural artist like that, but like I want to be like right now I'm going down this tattoo journey and I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm not a natural bro, but I want this shit. I feel it in my heart and soul.
Yeah.
So it's like seeing his journey is just like, yo, like you could do it, bro. Like so yeah.
Yeah. I guess overall, knowing you for the last 10 years or so, I feel like you're the type of person, and I mentioned this to you before, is you're the type of person that it doesn't matter what it is, you're gonna win, like you're gonna knock it out of the park. Whether you transition into something else, you've made tremendous strides just doing it on your own. Like you said, when you were growing up, you really didn't have anyone that was in this field to kind of show you the ropes. You just kind of picked up a camera one day and you kind of figured it out. And then next thing you know, you're connecting with the right people and now you're traveling overseas. And you know, that's really, truly a blessing. And that's that's why I wanted to talk to you and I wanted to have this conversation with you because y- you're a tremendous person, man. Like, you may not realize it because you're so humble, but you've traveled to 6 different countries. If you look at all the other folks, all the other kids, all the other peers that you grew up with and you graduated high school with, chances are, man, they haven't been where you've been. They haven't done what you've done. So you need to pinch yourself and realize that you're in a fucking great place right now. And I'm proud of you. Like, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
36,000, I mean 36,000 followers is not a drop in the bucket, man. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
And whenever you put something out there, man, like, I watch it blow up in like literally minutes. I mean, people are just viewing it, liking it, watching it, and it's always quality.
Thank
Um,
you.
what do you think long-term consistency looks like in a creative field just as yours, where
Hmm.
burnout is pretty common?
Like burning out in a like in your field.
Just work, yeah.
So I'm like, it's happening to me right now, bro. I'm 11 years like in this film, this film journey, and I'm like, damn, bro, like I, I want a tattoo. Like, and it's like I feel I'm like, bro, it's just getting started, like my career, like, like trying to take it to this next level, but I'm like, damn, like I don't know what happened, but like sometimes like I guess you just run into like, what, I need a break from my main thing. And like that's why I'm like I feel the same way like tattooing. I get this feeling like how I felt when I picked up the camera back in the day. I was like, dang, I feel it in my heart and soul. Like I sit there and visualize it. Like I'm like, I could see this happening. And it's like, filming is always gonna be my thing, bro. But also too, what's pushing me away a little is like this AI stuff. Like
Mm,
I'm already preparing for the AI takeover. It already hit Hollywood. Like there's like strikes and stuff. Like I don't know
right.
exactly on what, but I know AI was like messing shit up.
Yep.
And it's like AI, bro, AI is here to take over everything.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, man, like even tattooing, bro, like they're have these robotic things, like that people are on that mission too. But I'm like, you know what? You guys are gonna have a harder time dipping into that industry. So, but the filming is like, yeah, bro, like why would you hire me when you could just if you want a sick commercial, you could just like pay this AI thing and type in detail for detail like what you want. You don't gotta fly me out, no Airbnbs, no like you just type, bro. And that's where the future's heading, even with movies. And I seen this commercial the other day, the homie sent me, and it was actually really cool, bro. It was a Nike commercial, but they made it about like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it shows him like training, bro. It's at first it's just this dude, you don't see his face, and he's like training. He's like on this farm, like just like working out, and you're like, what? And then like it's all AI, but it looks real. And like, bro, he's training for something, you don't know what. And then at the end, you realize it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he's like training to go like capture these people and shit. Like, and I was like, bro, this is crazy, and this is now. Imagine in 5 years, like it's just coming to take the jobs, bro.
It's hard to imagine. The internet has completely revolutionized and changed our lives in such a fast capacity. You were born in probably the mid 90s, right?
92.
Yeah, so you were born early to mid 90s. Um, I'm a little bit older than you, and life was slow at one time, and it wasn't what it was, a little more predictable. But now it's like everything from our currency to who we hire to take pictures for us, like you mentioned. Um, it's all changing because of the internet, and now we got this new AI thing, and it's hard to. I always compare it to like Terminator, minus the physical robot, but you have like your Amazon Echo Dot taking over your household because it hears everything you're saying. And you're right. Like, how do you prepare yourself for like the next thing to stay relevant?
Hmm.
Um, and I could understand why you would want to transition into tattooing, only because you want to keep yourself kind of spread out a little bit, right? Not just creative in like one dynamic, but maybe in multiple dynamics. And I could totally see like where you would maybe use the photography and the videography in in conjunction with the tattooing side of it all. um, you're always teaching yourself something new. It's just like what I'm doing with this podcast. Like I wanted to learn audio, I wanted to learn video, um, and it's been a very steep cliff climb, which I'm sure tattooing will be the same for you if you haven't already done tattooing. I mean, it's to be a master of that art. I mean, people don't realize how difficult that is to stay steady and articulate when you're doing those lines and things like that, man. Have you done that already? Have you done any tattoos?
I've tatted myself like 3 times,
Wow,
and, I tatted my homie Pablo on his thigh like 10 years ago. And bro, I actually did a little heart on my grandma's ankle like 2 days ago. She was like
that's wild.
she'll be seeing me like tatting on fake skin.
Yeah.
She's like, "Jeremy, can you give me a tattoo on" I'm like, "What?" Like, "Nah, grandma, like what are you talking about?" And then like
That's
she's like, "Yeah, I want like a little heart on my ankle." And like so I just like dismissed it. I was like, "Ah," it's like, I don't know, grandma." Then like bro, she kept like telling me and telling me and telling me, so where I was like, "Yo, like grandma wants a heart in her ankle." And I was like, all right, like, so the other day, like, she just called me out on it. She's like, yo, do you have time? Are you going to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. So, yeah, I pulled up to her house 2 days ago and I actually vlogged it. I like filmed it and like, yeah, it's hard, bro. Like, it is so hard. Like, the homies make it look easy, but they're like 10 years in that shit, 10
yeah.
years plus, but it just made me realize, like, just doing a little heart, I'm like, bro, these guys are crazy with what they're doing in the tattoo world right now. And bro, I'm barely like dipping my feet in there. Like, I'm supposed to tattoo my homie in a couple days on his upper thigh. So I feel that's gonna really it's gonna be the most experience that I'm gonna get because it's like when I'm tattooing myself, bro, I did it on my thigh, so it's kind of weird and uncomfortable. So now that I'll be doing his diet, I get to like sit like a certain way and just be more comfortable. So I'm really curious how I'm gonna do. Like my goal is to kill it.
I might take you up, man, because I have a tattoo that needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, yeah,
It was dirty, man. Like I went to a tattoo convention and I'm pretty sure the tattoo artist was drunk. Because he scribbled some lines up and you wouldn't be able to tell unless you really looked at it close.
yeah.
But yeah, it was all it's all messed up. So I might be hitting you up, man,
Appreciate that, bro.
for some work. You talked about transitioning into tattooing. You recently had a health scare
Yeah,
and
bro.
that landed you in the hospital. It probably helped you with this new perspective, this new horizon of maybe I need to transition to something else. Can you
Yep.
talk about what happened?
Yeah, bro. So I'm 33 and I had a stroke June, I think it was like second or third. I was just sitting on the couch, bro, on my mom's. I was gonna go up to Big Bear that day to go with my cousin Richie. But my mom's car, like she needed it to get an oil change, so I took it and then like they were lagging it, bro. They're like, you know what? We found a nail in the tire, so it's gonna take longer. So I was like, damn, like, all right, whatever. So I'm just chilling at my mom's. She's like over there, like she got off work early, and bro, I just ate Wingstop and I'd went on a run right before that. And bro, I was watching 51st Dates just sitting there, bro. And then like bam, that shit just hit me. I just like had a stroke. Like I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, dude, shook me up. I was in the hospital for like 10 days, like seeing like bro, my roommate died. Like I was seeing body bags and shit. Like I was like, bro, where am I? Like, what is going on in my life right now? And like, I've like been smoking weed and shit since I was like in high school, I've drank and like, I've partied and shit. So it's not like I'm like, yo, this like innocent angel, like I'm like, oh shit, like damn, shit caught up to me, like that's what I can imagine. So now I'm like 6 months sober, bro. And I haven't been sober since high school. Like I was smoking weed on the daily. And it's crazy because like I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, about 2 months before this happened, like I actually prayed to God, bro. I was like, man, I like want to go sober. Cause I was just like thinking, like, damn, bro, like, cause I would smoke cigarettes at times. You smoke a cigarette, and it's like, by the time you're finished, look at the end of the cigarette. Like that shit, it's like the residue's like right there. You're just
Right.
like, damn. So I'm like, bro, my insides is like 20 years, 15 years of this smoke inside of me. And it just started like scaring me, bro. I'm like, bro, I'd be so pissed if I like get lung cancer or some shit. Like, so it was like, bro, I was just bad, like smoking weed from the second I woke up, going to the gym. Like I was functioning, bro. I would
Mm.
get high as shit and go to the gym, work out, like everything. And then it was like, but I'm like, bro, I don't want to die. So I prayed, bro. And then to me, I like to believe like, oh, yo, like honestly, I wouldn't have got sober if it wasn't for this because this is like life or death. It's like, all right, Jeremy, you smoke or drink or like do anything, like you might die. Like you get another stroke, the doctor's like, you'll probably go paralyzed, bro. So I'm like, ah, shit, dude. That day I gave my weed wax pen away. I was like, fuck. Dude, it was like the movie Half Baked, bro. It was like the last time I was like, fuck, like this is it, bro. This is the last.
It's funny.
Like, and bro, I gave it
Yeah.
like to it was my Nina Sonia was there and Vanessa, and then like I gave it to them, bro, and they threw it in the trash. Like I almost, the inner addict in me, bro, wanted to hit that shit. Like I was like that, like bro, I'm that much of an addict where I was like, damn, bro, but like being an addict can actually, you could turn it into a like into a positive thing, because I'm a film addict, bro. Like I have an addictive personality, and I learned that about myself these past couple years, to where like, bro, if I like a certain food, bro, I'll like eat that shit like 4 days in a row. I've like been going to the gym like every day, like just like addicted, like, and it's like if I don't go, bro, it bothers me. And like filming, like I got addicted to that shit. Like, bro, I picked up the camera one day, is like fast forward 11 years, I'm like, fuck, like, bro, I haven't put that camera down. I'm just like addicted to it. And now that my new addiction is tattooing. So I'm like, all right, like, you could be an addict, bro, but you could turn this into a positive. Like
Right.
since I filmed a lot of people, I dip into like businesses, right? Like I'll meet like the leader of mad, just different businesses. And I noticed like every time I would meet some like boss, I'm like, oh, these fools are like a little, like they're a little like not off, but they're like, bro, you have to be like a little ADD freaking
Right.
like addict
Right.
to reach these certain levels of success.
Hmm.
And like that's a similarity I've seen, and I've just been like, oh, like that's a trip. I feel I have that. I just need to be a bigger addict, because these people were like, I've filmed people who've took it to levels where I'm like, damn, bro, like crazy.
Dude, that's interesting you say that because I've seen that with criminals before where like it's like, wow, if you put this much passion into something positive, you'd be so successful. Or like you look at some of the geniuses out there, like even like Elon Musk, man. I mean, he's supposed he's autistic.
I heard.
So like at the end of the day, dude, it's like
I
you have
shouldn't
you
laugh.
you know you have to be a little bit like a little bit off. Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to be a little bit crazy, and you have to be a little bit something.
yeah,
And the one thing is you got to focus that energy towards something positive.
yeah,
It's sort of like the fork in the road. Like I've always said this about my siblings. The differences between me and my siblings is that somebody at some point told them that they weren't good enough and they agreed. And they chose the path of drugs. They chose the path of like not following the right way.
yeah,
And I feel that that's the same with a lot of people that I know where like they you have a fork in the road and you can put all this energy and effort into, you know, work
Yeah.
or something you're passionate about, or you can put all this energy into partying and drugs and alcohol and everything else. And the reality is I always say moderation is the most important thing. And that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about. How the hell do you balance the work hard, play hard attitude? Is that something you feel like has not been balanced, and that's maybe why you had this stroke?
For
And
sure.
like, how do you work hard, play hard, man? Because you're in some awesome areas, like you're around awesome people, like in nice, cool locations.
Yeah. So I feel the more of the partying was done with me and my homies, not on the jobs
Mm,
because or like these traveling when I would travel, it's like, believe it or not, bro, I actually don't party like that when I'm on the roads because I'm like, bro, these people are spending mad money. They're flying me out. Like, I love filming so much that I'm like, I have to make something good.
right,
And if I don't, it's a reflection on me. And I realize if I'm gonna get another job, then like I just have to put all my energy into my last film. Like I don't want to be some dude like, oh, check out this thing I did like 5 years ago. It's cool, right? Like, my thing is like, nah, bro, don't dwell on anything. Like, you're as good as your last project. And like, I'll be on places like, I'll definitely smoke weed, but
right.
like, but say like drinking beers and shit, it was like, people would be like, yo, you want to drink? I'm like, nah, because I'm filming and if I have the camera in one hand and then the beer in the other hand, I'm gonna miss a shot.
Right.
So, and I'm like, I've experienced that, like where I'm like, all right, bro, that's dumb. Like I just hit the weed, bam, all right, go work. And so yeah, the partying, it's like people were like, "Bro, you travel the world in this," but it's always work,
It's
bro.
work. Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you gotta people if they're gonna fly you, they're gonna max you out, bro. Like it's like, all right, bro, we're gonna work, work, work. Like, yeah, we'll go out and have fun, but hey, yo, we gotta wake up early, bro. And me, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I'd rather get some sleep and especially going into different time zones, bro,
Oh yeah.
you're like, damn, you might pull into a spot and you're up for like 24 hours and then you gotta adjust and then you gotta like you're just like, whoa. And then like by the time you're barely getting your sleep schedule correct, it's like, all right, gotta go, bro. We finished. And I'm just like, all right. So I can't imagine just going in, not sleeping 24 hours, wanting to party, and then like, bro, I'll be all messed up.
You you don't realize it, but you have a lot of inherent discipline, like a lot of just inner discipline that I don't know where you learned it from, but for me, like even when I was becoming an officer in the army and I went through the ROTC program, um, I refused to go all in on that program. And what I mean by that is I did not buy into the this is military officer training land and these are make pretend positions. And we need you to take this serious 24/7 type stuff because I was prior enlisted before I went the officer route. And I understood that I only had 4 years of college. And those 4 years of college, I was going to go to the clubs, I was going to go to the bars, but I also had to get up 3 days a week at 6 a.m. to do physical fitness training. And just like what you mentioned, here was the problem. Monday, Wednesday, Friday was the mornings I had to get up early to go do physical fitness training before my college classes, right? Um, the problem was Tuesday night was college night, Thursday night was ladies' night. So I wasn't gonna miss those 2 nights.
Yeah.
I mean, I would literally like go out, stay out late, and then get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and then go to physical fitness training the next morning, run like 6 to 8 miles, puke my brains out, like literally just everywhere, and then go to class that day. Like that was the work hard, play hard mentality that I had because I understood like I do want to enjoy my upbringing, my childhood or whatever,
Yeah.
but I I don't want to like not get anything done. So you have to have that work hard, play hard uh, mentality. But when I say you have inherent discipline, what I mean by that is like you understand business. Like there's a lot of other people out there that would take advantage of your situation and they would go to Germany or they would go overseas somewhere and they would not get the job done. And then they would just botch the entire project and never get hired again anywhere else. So I don't know where you got it from, but from what it sounds like, you have a lot of just given discipline within you already, and that's very impressive, Jeremy. Like, I mean, I don't know where you get it from because it doesn't sound like, it was really taught to you growing up. But because for me, it was my father. He
Yeah,
was 20-year military veteran, so he would whip my ass and like make me do stuff. But
yeah.
um, for people out there that are just grinding nonstop, what advice do you have for them?
I mean, the energy you give in is what you get. Like, pretty much like,
Like in terms of health and things like that that you were just talking about.
oh, wait, say the question again?
Like what advice would you have people out there that are grinding nonstop but not really thinking about their health?
I mean, damn, bro, it's crazy. I mean, I feel working out is like everybody should be physical, like do some physical activities. Like that shit just makes me feel amazing. And I think like, but even then, bro, like you're not even promised like being healthy because I've been working out, bro, trying to eat good, and I still had a stroke. So it's like sometimes it's inherent, like sometimes it's like, I don't know, bro. Like
Do you think it was stress induced?
I don't,
Do you tend to hide your stress?
I for sure probably have stress, but I feel like I was just partying, bro, and just like, some of my homies are like, "Yo, what's the stress?" I was like, "Yeah, I was also doing some bad shit,"
Yeah.
and it was like, and maybe like, there's people who are like younger, bro, like who have had crazy ass things happen to them. So I'm like, for me, for partying so hard for 15 years, that like I made it this far, bro. I was like, my body is kind of good, but I did go hard, bro. Like it's embarrassing to say, but like, yeah, man, like I was just a huge like fucking always trying to turn up, bro. Like or just always like on weed or like,
Yeah.
and it's like that shit caught up, bro.
It seemed like in your mid 30s you were looking for a life of purpose. And I always say a life of service is a life worth living, mainly because my career path has been, military and things like that. But for you, there's nothing wrong with where you're going now because it's kind of like a new chapter in your life. You start out in your 20s, you're in chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. And then like in your mid 30s, you're now realizing that I got to make a change. I got to do something different. And when you're in the hospital, was there a moment where you kind of just laid there and said something's got to change?
I mean, it's crazy because this was the only change in my life that I've never done was be sober, bro. I've done everything, bro. Like, but it's like sobriety was the main thing where I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is why I haven't reached that next level is because of I've never been sober. And so to me, it's like, 6 months to me, bro, is crazy. Like I can't believe it. And like I heard Mike Tyson talk about sobriety one time, bro, because he was an addict. And that fool in the video, he's like, man, he's like, I've been sober for 3 days. He's like, you know how fucking hard that shit was? He's like, 3 days, bro. And I was like, I feel him, bro. Like I was that deep into it where I'm like, bro, I would be happy, like, yo, I want to smoke weed for a day. But I did the pat like 15 years, bro. I was like, I'm celebrating a day. Like, I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, that's actually before that, the longest was 2 weeks because I was in Dubai, bro, and you couldn't smoke weed out there, bro. So I was like, that was the longest I was sober, bro. I remember when I came back from there, I was like, dang, like, do I want to like do this shit again? Like, I'm sober off this shit. And bro, I just smoked and went right back down to, like just being high all the time. And like, I feel like bro, my biological father, it's like inner blood, bro. Like that fool's an addict too. Like, like I have family members, like it's just in my DNA. And
Does that kind of hang over your head a little bit?
I mean, nah, it's just, it is what it is. It's like, teach his own, bro. Like I've just like realized like this, like I don't judge anybody, bro. Like on some, like, yeah, bro, somebody could come and do drugs, some crazy shit next to me, smoke meth or heroin, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
like that's their problem. Like I don't judge them, bro. I'm like, cause I understand like, oh, my poison is just weed. So I can't sit here and judge this guy because his poison is this, or maybe it's alcohol or cigarettes. It's like, but at the end of the day, it's a similar problem. We just pick different poisons, you know?
Right. This podcast focuses on preparedness, adaptability. How has life forced you to adapt recently?
I mean, I'm still it just forced me because it's like life or death, bro. Like I like for sure got PTSD from this sitting down having a stroke incident. And it's just like, bro, there's days I'll be like sitting there, like laying down. I'm like, fuck, like, bro, is that shit gonna happen? Like, dude, how long am I gonna live? And I'm just like, like I gotta like eat better and the first couple months I was eating real good, bro. But now I'm like eating a little, bad stuff here and there, and I'm like, fuck, like I can't go down that fucking, just that path because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna shorten my life. Like, there's obviously something wrong with me, and I just can't afford to put any bad shit in my body. And I'm just like adapting. I'm like, man, like, just eating good is one thing, but like my friend be telling me, she's like, yo, like you gotta eat all these herbs and all this crazy nasty stuff. Like, like these Asians live long as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
And like what are they on? Like
Right.
go like down that rabbit hole. Like so I still need to do it, bro. I'm like halfway in, halfway out, but I don't want to die, bro.
No, I'm with you. Like every morning I drink green tea, and to me. I try to put good things in my body, even though I still eat the burgers and the fries and all that junk too. So I'm with you on that. And I'm surprised when you said that you run and that you're physically fit and things like that, man. Because I mean, a lot of people today don't put enough emphasis on physical fitness, and I think America has like the highest obesity rate in the entire world, right? So
For sure.
I was surprised, and that's what I talk about when I told you have inherent discipline. Like that's like who told you that? Who like people that do what you do typically don't concern themselves with physical fitness, and so I'm really surprised to hear that from you. What is success to you now versus what it would have been like 5 to 10 years ago?
So back then it was just money.
Yeah.
Now it's like, bro, health is wealth. and and freedom is the ultimate goal in life, bro. Like to me that is the end goal. Like even with me trying to chase tattooing, it's like, like I just like the freedom, bro. Like that's all I care about is being financially free and just being able to do whatever I want with this one life that I have, and just not having somebody who's the same as me, like human, like just telling me what to do. Like, I don't want that shit, Like, yeah, bro, the health and freedom to me is like the biggest things in life right now.
I always tell people that if I only have like another year to live, another 2 years to live, 5 years to live, or if I'm blessed to live till I'm 80 or 90, so be it. But having purpose is probably the most important thing to me now. Like sitting down with you, having the opportunity to tell your story, a kid from East LA, Monterey Park area, brought up by a single mom. You have several known, I guess, father figures that you would consider like his dads, right? Probably didn't have a lot of expectation growing up. You picked up a camera one day, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're in 6 different countries. You're working all these huge projects. You amassed 36,000 followers. I love telling stories like yours.
Thank you, bro.
To be honest with you, man, like that's what it's about. Like if I died next year, the fact that I've had over 300, I want to say like over 300 podcast episodes in the last 3.5 years, and I was able to tell all these stories, like I feel like I left something. I left a footprint, and that's what's important for me now at 45 years old. So what do you think is next for Jeremy? Filmsmore Productions, over the horizon, man? Like what are you building here?
My goal is to make sick documentaries and eventually, I guess, learn this AI stuff. If that's a game we're gonna play, like I like making films, so just maybe eventually making a movie one day, just 6 short films. And but tattooing got thrown in the mix recently, so yeah, it's like, I don't know, filming and tattooing, that's all that's on my mind right now. And I'm filming tattooing too. Like my goal is to make the illest tattoo videos, do tattoo documentaries. Like I used to watch like Tattoo Nation, and my goal is like, man, like I want to make my own version of like Tattoo Nation, like it's a new generation now. Like, Tattoo Nation talks about the OGs and the people who like paved the way, but now it's like the tattoo industry is like, bro, it's at its peak right now. Like the level of artwork people are doing is insane, bro. Like
Yeah.
insane. And it's like the machines change. Like you got people like marketing came into the mix of tattooing. Like now like filming is a big part of tattooing. And it's like, all right, like, you know what? Like it just hypes me up more to be like, dang, like if I make a sick documentary, people would just watch it. Like nowadays, it's so like we're on this new generation of just creating content or movies or docs. Like it's just crazy, but who knows? Like shit changes, like bro, every 5 years. So
I really don't think that AI is ready to replace you. I think we're not there yet. I think there's still time to get under the door because AI is not ready to replace the human brain just yet. What could happen is, I think at some point, AI will try to replicate you,
for sure,
Jeremy. I really think at some point, AI will try to replicate what it can't do now. It'll try to replicate like your brain and the things that you're putting out there, like the angles you're getting, the shots you're getting, the tattooing that you're doing, the artist work that you're doing. As strange as that sounds, that's where I think we're headed to next. And I think there's the door is still open. Um, and it's wild just to think about, man, that someday when we pass on, if our kids or our family members want to talk to us, it may just be an AI thing that's replicated your brain and your thoughts and your responses. Is it?
that's deep,
Isn't that wild?
bro. That's wild,
So you live forever.
for
Like
sure.
Filmsmore Productions and the things you're putting out there, your perspectives, your creativity could live on forever.
I mean, that's deep, bro. It's like you could probably show AI this podcast and be like, yo, check it out. This is Jeremy.
Right.
And it's like, like I feel right now like people are doing that with AI. Is like you could be like, yo, I want a Tim Burton style type of video. Or like, yo, this is at Jeremy Filmsmore. I want his like type of style. Like that's already happening, bro.
Right.
And it's like, but yeah, what you're talking about is insane, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of cool in a way. Like I think videos are really cool because people pass away, bro.
Yeah.
Like even before AI, it's like throw AI out of the mix, but it's like, all right, say this video, bro, we both die one day.
Hmm.
We live forever. Like people get to see this, bro. And it's like, it's always fascinated me. Like I film people who have passed away, bro. Like a handful of people. And I'm like, that it trips me out every time. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I'd be having like footage of them, like, and it's just like, bro, they're no longer with us, but they're like right here alive, bro,
Right.
in this screen, like they're alive. And it's cool for like the people who never get to meet them, like I think there's like some magic there. And filming is just on some crazy technology, bro. It blows my mind. Like I've always been fascinated with like, yo, who created the camera? Like, and I actually looked into it, and it's like it's a trippy little story, bro, on like who created it. And
Mhm.
like that dude Tesla's name is in the mix, but like it kind of sounds like it was like stolen, bro, like a stolen invention. Like this dude who created it was like not he was not that good of an inventor, but I don't know, he has something to do with the first camera, and then he was gonna go patent that shit or something. And like, bro, this dude just disappeared. Like nobody like found him or seen him, and
Hmm.
nobody knows what happened to him, bro. And then it got put on a like Tesla. Tesla's name was like in the mix after that. So I was like, yo, like what really happened
Wow.
with this creation, this invention that like I could imagine back then how mind blowing it was seeing the first cameras. Like I hear people were like scared, they're like, yo, what are you like, bro, getting my soul or something? Like
Right.
it was so far in advanced technology that, yeah, I don't know, bro. The cameras trip me out.
Yeah. I mean, I have read some of the stories behind like the inventions, and there is a lot of circumstantial events that happened and possibly some fraud that happened with who takes credit for what. So I am familiar with what you're talking about with that kind of stuff. When it's all said and done, Jeremy, how do you want people to remember the man behind the camera?
Just, I don't know, bro. Just as some creative fucking dude that like to joke a lot. Like I like to get work done, but I like to have fun in the process. And I just, I feel like one of my favorite quotes is like, yo, don't take life too serious. You'll never make it out alive. And it's like, yeah, I just like, yeah, let's get shit done, but let's have fun and laugh, bro. Like I love laughing and like, yeah, if somebody like I just want them to remember me as that, a creative who like to laugh, bro, and have fun.
I really appreciate you being on the podcast today, man, and sharing part of yourself that most people don't see. A side to yourself, I should say, that most people don't see. Um, I'm very proud of you. When you started doing the camera work, Instagram wasn't really a thing. I remember when we first signed up, when I first signed up on Instagram, it was like this new thing, new idea. Facebook was still kind of a thing, and so you've grown, I guess, with the social platform. And man, I'm interested to see where you go from here. Besides Instagram, where else are you? Are you on TikTok as well?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok trying to do that thing now. It's crazy. I'm building my following on Instagram,
Yeah,
and then it's like, whoa, we don't know if Instagram's that cool anymore. It's
right,
all TikTok. So I'm like, damn, like, all right, so let me like I'm dabbling on there, but I post more freely. Like I don't Instagram is more strategic. I just can't post anything.
right.
TikTok, I'll be like experimenting, posting. So like it's like how I used to treat Instagram in my early days.
Mm,
I'm like that on TikTok right now.
okay.
So
So Instagram, TikTok, where else can people follow you?
yeah, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, just Jeremy period Filmsmore. Or on YouTube is Jeremy Filmsmore. And yeah, that's about it.
Instagram, it's Filmsmore Productions.
Oh no, so Instagram. So I was on this journey where I was trying to do films more productions. I still have the name bot and all that, but I'm really focusing on Jeremy Films more right now.
Okay,
But Films More Productions is definitely in the future, and but I'm like building myself up, and like that will transition like in the near future. But right now it's Jeremy Films more.
cool, man. Jeremy, listen, man, I really appreciate you coming on the studio. To everyone listening out there, take care of your health, protect your purpose. Jeremy, thank you again for coming on the show. Any last shots before we end this?
I want to shout out my mom. Um, Dude, I really owe it all to her. She helped me out like throughout this whole journey. And I want to shout out all my close friends, like friends and family. Like there's too many to name, but you guys know who you are. And yeah, just thank you for having me, bro. I'm excited to, see your journey, bro. Like, you've been killing it, bro, and I'm proud of you. Super honored to be on here. And yeah, bro, keep doing your thing, bro. I see you.
I hope someday I can grow up and be like you, man. Like you
Keep
are
doing
honestly,
it.
you're the creative one, man. I'm just like whatever. I'm trying to learn,
Doing it, bro.
in low key style, but folks out there, if this episode resonated with you, make sure you follow Jeremy on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube as well. I've been watching this man grow for the last 10 years. I mean, he's only going to go up from here. Gets into tattooing, he's going to own that industry as well. So until next time, stay tuned, stay focused, and stay motivated. warriors fall out.